Man gets first ever case of food poisoning of the penis after having vigorous sex with his wife.
He was eating that thing.
He got poisoned from her vagina?
Kind of more him because he's disgusting.
Oh, yeah! Good morning and welcome to episode 1545 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, the 13th of September, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/hardfactor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, Springfield, Ohio is heating up, and Pat's going to tell us about it.
Yeah, bro, the cat-eating capital of the world reigns supreme. Political football engaged. Springfield, Ohio, all you need to know.
I saw some updates, some stories not pet-related on Springfield, Ohio. I think that's probably what you're talking about. And I was like, man, Springfield, Ohio has not been talked about as much ever as they have in the past week.
It's been brought to light. It's been brought to light, yeah, the struggles they're dealing with.
That's not the Simpsons alleged.
Well, Springfield is anything.
So there's no like firm one. I think it was Springfield, Missouri. Is like
they've never admitted it. I don't think.
Right. I know they've hinted at.
It's probably one of the top options.
Yeah.
Well, when you get, I mean, you may have seen this because the video came out a couple days ago. But when you look at some of these cats that live in Springfield, Ohio,
actual cats or
oh no, because they I can't get inside people's Haitian stomachs, Mark.
Okay.
No, people of Ohio, Springfield. You'd think it was Shelbyville.
Interesting. We'll get into it.
No,
I've got
rival town.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes. Excellent. I've got all the latest space and flight news. After that, Wes has angry Italians attacking hospital staff.
Yeah, they're running all the doctors out of town over there.
It's on.
What a topic.
They're passionate.
Yeah, it's on brand for Italy. And there's an alarming new penis condition Mark is going to fill us in on.
Yeah, I'm going to end the week with a story that's going to give you penis sympathy pains, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to hear about an injured penis.
Yeah, hate to hear about it.
It's a bad one.
All right. Well, I mean, that's what's on deck for this Friday. You guys ready? You guys ready?
Yeah. Right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Springfield, Ohio. It's a town in Ohio where essentially Haitians are rumored to have been eating you cats and dogs. Quick recap if you haven't been paying attention. How did this happen? Well, J.D. Vance, senator from Ohio, ahead of the debate, they needed a dirty little political football, something to come out with. He said, I think it was a day or two ahead of the debate, I've been getting a lot of calls. My office has been getting a lot of calls about these Haitians just eating people's cats. And then there was that video, and we showed it on the show.
I think there was one particular girl who claimed her cat was eaten, right?
So there was the video that we showed on Monday, right? Of the
that was the dude who claimed that was as we predicted a crackhead.
The cop saying, "Hey, did you eat the cat?" Turns out that was Canton, Ohio, not Springfield, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we predicted it was a crackhead.
Did you eat that cat? And she just didn't. She didn't respond.
Yeah. So I included it because it was
catatonic.
No, I'm glad you included it. You should have.
Yeah, because it's part of the trend. But yeah, we predicted that, and then the dude in New York was probably just crackheads, which it turned out to be.
Thank God they're not eating the cats and dogs, because that would be bad.
Right.
But the geese thing is real. Apparently, like they've gone back through, and there's been reports like they've been corroborated that.
Would you admit it if your cultural group was eating cats and dogs though? I wouldn't.
Well,
I was keeping that to the.
I don't know if it's them
like
not
nobody say a fucking word.
Yeah.
It's a tough question to ask, Wes. Because
no, you wouldn't admit it. No.
It probably backs these Haitians into a corner, but I don't know. Would you admit
they're going to kick us out? They're going to kick us out if we tell them.
That's exactly right,
guys. Quickly. Look, like almost everything that sounds ridiculous and a little racist, it's probably almost all fabricated or blown up or dropped before the debate as a political football. And you thought maybe that would just be it. Maybe it would just be a debate thing where Trump can essentially point to how migrants are dangerous and ruining our culture, a la the border issue, big issue, right? And then we move on. But no, we don't move on because Springfield, Ohio just keeps getting hammered as the center of the political debate in this country.
Bell's testimony about it the day of the debate, he was literally crying. He was putting up the cat memes. He was like, "Are you guys okay with this?" And like, it was already being made a big deal prior to the debate. The debate set it on fire when Trump said they're eating the dogs.
Right. They're eating dogs. They're eating your dogs and cats. Tyler Oliveira, who's an investigative online journalist, he went down there. I thought he did a great job. I know you guys saw this video. It was on Twitter. He popped down there and essentially just talked to a bunch of Ohioans and Haitians, asking if people are eating cats and dogs and to what degree. And man, the people of Springfield, Ohio, I'm going to get past this guy who uses a racial slur.
A couple times.
A lot of racial slurs.
Cash assistance cards. They're calling them the magic money cards because they never run out.
Man, they're nothing but a headache. All they're doing is raising our rent and our taxes and wrecking vehicles.
Everybody wants to make this into a race issue. It's not a race issue.
That's the lady
it's
who went
culture,
to the
it's
court.
accountability, and it's respect.
Since June, they
She's
took me
95
off. I'm
pounds.
a vet. They took me off of the disability.
Are overblown fake news. A lot of this is alleged because
Where
I
are some of
truly
my
don't.
guys. This guy I love.
I want them to know I don't
God,
like
you're-
them. Pack up and move back to Haitieville, where the f you're from.
Why did you come over to Springfield?
Pour me travail, me chercher la vie meilleure. Moi, c'est haïtien.
There's a
Okay.
Haitian guy saying I moved here to have a better life. This guy's pretty good too. Hold on.
Okay.
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually,
Yeah,
not fake news.
not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen. Yeah, watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No, I'm
All right, I got drugs to do. Excuse me.
I mean, it's his word against theirs, you know?
Try to stay clear away because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They're not.
There he is.
Oh,
This is your guy right here?
Inside, Cap.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good. I haven't had no issues, but they kind of know.
And are they chill?
All right, I guess. I don't pay no mind to them.
I mean, they're Haitian. Yeah,
you
gotta
gotta
get
be
past this
careful
guy
with that guy. He
because
says
that
a lot
guy's
of-
gonna drop some really racist shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, he talked to a bunch of Haitians. They
Count
were
as a
essentially-
Haitian problem and a real drug problem.
right? Yeah, a bunch of guys were saying, "I'm here to work." Some people are getting
That video
food
sheds
stamps.
light on several problems in that town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the Rust
I mean,
Belt. The Rust Belt is known for its love of
it's tough
hard
because
times and uppers.
Right.
That's
where can you send people
That's what it is through the Rust Belt.
who have the least amount of resources? A town like that, I guess, who needs.
I mean, he was
workers.
also cherry picking the most meth out people he could find.
He
was
went
like,
to
he's like, you look too
most-
put together for this video.
I mean,
the most low income neighborhood he could
Yeah.
find in
Yeah.
Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, he didn't pick any Haitians with blood around their mouths, I noticed.
That's right. That's right.
Skip those.
No fur on their hands.
Well, it was after lunch, guys. A bomb threat was called in on Thursday morning to City Hall and a ton of schools and a bunch of government buildings.
Yeah, it was just all the calls were.
Well, they did have to get explosive detecting canines to clear multiple city facilities. But yeah, man, I guess they evacuated like 10 buildings. There was just a blanket bomb threat. I don't know. I doubt it's
Last
someone
year, there's a bomb in City Hall.
from Springfield. It's
So
the
didn't
political.
this all stem, Pat, from a Haitian that killed like a girl like in a car crash or something like that? Like that's what like all this hate started as is like in the reference to the vehicles that are being crashed. Apparently some Haitian like killed was it a little girl or a woman in a car crash?
Yeah, killed by a Haitian immigrant. Yeah, I mean it's bad up there, right?
So after that happened, it's a small town. You got to
So what
understand.
happened with these bomb
65,000.
threats?
So-
They were fake, right? There's no
The-
bomb.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like most bomb threats, they were phony. But a bunch of schools got shut down: elementary schools, City Hall, the Driver's License Bureau, a bunch of city facilities. And they had
It
to spend a
sounds like
bunch of money.
Springfield legit has some problems. No matter how
They're
you
going
feel
ham.
about the dog cat thing, sounds like they got some fucking
Yeah, and that one vet they talked to in the video was like, I'm now competing for U.S. vet disability with I'm standing in line with all these, Haitians. He's like, this is a problem. He's like, I can't get my disability because
a lot of the complaints are from like people who
Yeah.
are on public assistance. Because,
Right. There might be
because of that.
some valid complaints. The eating of the cats and dogs is not
Sure.
one of them. But yeah, I understand. I get it.
Okay, let's take it to the Haitian perspective. The Haitian Times ran an article that Haitians are in fear in Springfield. A Haitian woman who moved to Springfield 6 years ago said her car was vandalized after the debate. Someone had thrown acid on the vehicle, and they're afraid. The governor of Ohio said he's sending law enforcement and millions of dollars in healthcare resources to the city of Springfield to deal with the Haitian migrants. And he said Ohio State, this is funny, Ohio State Highway Patrol will be dispatched to help local law enforcement with traffic issues that officials say have cropped up due to an increase in Haitians unfamiliar with U.S. traffic laws.
No, that's what the dude in the video, I cut that part out, but that was one of his main things. He was like, I can't drive around town because everybody's changing lanes, no signals. It's fucking crazy on the roads.
It's like a Haitian road system out here.
I cut that part out, but he was literally begging for the cops to come up to just give out traffic tickets because he was saying that he couldn't drive around because
like Haitians.
Yeah, they're driving like it's Port-au-Prince over here. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
No, it was the other dude. It was the dude who goes on IG Live.
Pat, do they have any suspects for the bomb threat person? Was it like one person?
No, I mean, it's pretty small. So it's made national news, right? And the FBI is getting involved, but it's like, it's Thursday night now. We're taping this. It happened Thursday morning.
Was it a meth accent or a Haitian accent on the other line?
I don't know, but producer Eric says the lady in the body cam with the cat eating is a U.S. citizen.
I know. Yeah, we kind of predicted that too. We're like,
I said there are probably methed out bums in America.
So the Haitians are nervous. The governor is sending traffic patrol people. Trump at a border rally on Thursday in Arizona said that we're being occupied by a foreign element, and quote, "There's a place called Springfield, Ohio, you've been reading about. 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants have descended upon a town of 58,000 people, destroying their entire way of life. This was a beautiful community, and now it's horrible. What happened?" So he's keeping it going. We'll see what's going on at Ground Zero, Springfield. But
don't most Haitians come in the United States through Florida versus the border?
It's kind of a weird spot for all of them to end up, for sure. But
that's why the Springfield Ohioans are so mad. They're like, this was unexpected.
Right.
This was very unexpected.
We're right far from the water.
Yeah.
I'm not near the water.
They're scratching their heads over it, Wes.
Yeah, they're confused. Everybody's confused.
Going from Haiti to the water to Ohio.
The Haitians are confused. The Springfieldians are confused. Yeah. Everybody.
Let's all just stop with the bomb threats and the violence there, right? Like,
yeah, I think the moral of the story is, anytime someone comes over to a country, they're usually coming for a better life. That's what we're based on, but can put a stress on social services and different. We don't have a good plan here in this country to handle it.
I'm glad Springfield got the press because now they're actually getting some help. The governor's actually sending people to help.
But also the other moral of the story
for trying to come to the United States, even illegally, for a better life.
Yeah.
Don't blame them a bit.
And a lot of the shit.
Sometimes they disrupt stuff. It's both. It's both.
Sometimes they eat cats and dogs, and it's just gonna survive.
Sometimes they don't. The other moral of the story is a lot of times shit you hear
dogs by taking up resources, but
it's raining
out of proportion. Political football, Springfield, Ohio, guys. I don't know if they do therapy down there in Haiti, but they can virtually with our sponsor.
Ohio could use this too.
Springfield, Ohio could use it too. I should have gone there first.
Should give it out for free. Come on, Governor.
Yeah.
But our sponsor, BetterHelp, offers great counseling and therapy services that I use. Everyone on the show uses, with the exception of Mark, but he's going to because I saw you guys got mean to him online the other day.
Yeah, Yolanda was giving me the business yesterday.
Really giving you the business. Yeah,
Yolanda has stock in BetterHelp, I think.
Did anyone call you stupid?
I haven't checked my DMs yet.
Yeah. Don't. I wouldn't do it. But yeah, guys, the benefits from therapy are insane. Your friends, your family, they don't get paid to hear you talk about your problems, and they're not professionals like the licensed counselors at BetterHelp, right? You need to go talk to someone. You need to do it on a schedule. You'd be surprised. You might be thinking, I don't need therapy. And then 45 minutes into your first session, you're like, oh, wow. A, I feel great. B, I have some perspective. Just talking and getting it off my chest really changed the way I feel about my issues, my problems. I do it every Tuesday at noon. So don't call me then, because that's when I'm in therapy, okay? But I do it with BetterHelp, guys. I do it virtually. I got
call you right after, right?
You can call me right after, and I'll be
right
fired
after.
up.
Best time. Yeah.
I'll be super introspective. Sell me something. Then that's when you really want to call and sell me something, because I'm feeling good. I got matched with my therapist almost instantly. I filled out a little survey. I went and looked at the people that I could potentially talk to, have specialties in the area that I was looking for: grief counseling, career counseling, relationship counseling. I picked a guy. I picked a winner. But if I hadn't, BetterHelp would keep going to match me up with the person that fits me best. They're awesome, man. I mean, this is a revolution. The virtual therapy thing's an absolute revolution. And I think that you guys should give BetterHelp a try. So you can rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp.com/HARDFACTOR to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/HARDFACTOR. Get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/HARDFACTOR.
Do it. Therapy's the best. It helps everybody. All right. I have a ponytail in today in honor of the tech billionaires that I'm about to tell you guys about. Okay.
You got a Carlin thing going. I like it.
It does look really good. I thought you were doing it because of the Spain jersey or whatever.
I mean, it fits the outfit because I feel a little Spanish with the ponytail in. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's also the first time. It's the first time I've ever tried to put one in. I realized that I can do it. So
you got the hair for it, buddy.
And it only gets better from there, Will. That first day you can pony it up. Yeah.
Longer and longer, this ponytail. Yeah, anyways, it's about this, though. These tech billionaires are inside of this.
Space is the place. Hello.
That's right. Space. It's been really great in space recently. If you are SpaceX or China, for everyone else, not as great, you know. But SpaceX and China really doing well. SpaceX is still running up the score over here in America as they successfully facilitated the first ever private spacewalk with their Dragon cruise ship on Thursday with the Polaris program, which is just a space program so that tech billionaire Jared Isaacman could do the first ever private spacewalk, basically.
I was gonna say, who was the lucky bastard that got to do that? That sounds incredible. Oh, it's a billionaire. Got it. Yeah.
He paid an undisclosed amount of money to set up this whole thing, the Polaris program and his private spacewalk that lasted about 106 minutes. And they even bragged that they could use X on the Starlink internet on the way home after the spacewalk. So wow. It just went flawlessly. And here he is. You guys want to see him pop out of the shuttle for the first time? First private guy to go into space.
I do want to see the look on his face.
You can only see his suit, but still, you could see the vibes.
Copy, you're with US Matrix 1, watching from the nose cone.
Holy shit.
There he is, popping out of the Crew Dragon.
He's fully outside of the vessel in space.
Yeah, in a suit.
Down, left and right are 3.
He's testing. The reason his arm is stuck in that very stupid position is because he's testing his
pitch and roller 3. Yaw is a 2.
Is that him talking, trying to like pretend like he's an astronaut? Like
they call him
commands
captain.
Back.
Well, when you're a billionaire, Pat, who probably has a ponytail, and you paid, maybe millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars to go on the spacewalk, they call you captain.
He paid for the captain package.
He is the captain. Yes. So he comes out. He reports on his suit for several minutes, does a little shimmy out there. Then he switches spots with the next spacewalker,
I think that his hand was up like that because that was his threatened to smack the butler hand. And he's got arthritis and it's just kind of permanently raised like that. Like he just kind of always raised it up and would be like, I'll smack you.
Right. He's like Henry Roland Gardner of smacking butlers.
Right. Exactly. Rookie of the year.
But there's something to the idea of like signing up to like do like a fantasy camp and then really like thinking like he was out there he thought he was doing calculations or something, right? Like
he's
like, well, I'm here. I might as well do some science.
Well, Pat, you got to get in the mood when you're doing a spacewalk.
He set up like a whole credit card company by himself. I think he's relatively intelligent and right. He's a billionaire who who wanted to pay, you know, I don't know how, an undisclosed amount of money to do this. And
I
so
think that was annoying, Pat. Imagine all the questions
it.
the actual astronauts got in the lead up to this, so that he could sound intelligent up there.
The text thread.
Oh, he was asking everybody everything.
Dude, there's nothing worse than having to like kiss the ring and pretend that the guy doing a tourism spacewalk is like really doing science when you're an astronaut. You're like,
qualified, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, really, you know, we really need you to get out there and take some of these measurements because we're really counting on you here at
Sounds
NASA.
like you read some things online. You are correct about that, sir.
So
right. Yeah, no, it's really just good for this rich guy. Cause like, I mean, they tried to talk about, well, this is a big step in space exploration for everybody, but no, it's not. It's really just great for the rich guy who got to do the first private spacewalk. It does prove that other billionaires can do this soon.
Yes.
That's so good for them. Yeah. Anyways, you know, they're bragging about their Starlink internet on the ride home. They got like a meal. It sounded like a first-class trip, basically. Another perfect test for SpaceX.
Wow.
And meanwhile, their primary competitor in America in space flight and flight in general, Boeing, is still living in hell. Okay. Not only did their helium leaky ship not explode after being detached from the ISS, causing Boeing and NASA to now claim that nothing was ever wrong, even though they scrubbed the ride home because it was leaking helium. But on top of that, so that sucks for them because that ruined a multi-billion-dollar project.
There's no oxygen in there, but it made it.
They claimed that the people would have survived. But I mean, that's just taking their word for it. You know, that's like,
yeah.
Sure, nobody knows. Nobody knows for sure besides them, and they're not going to tell you the truth, even if they did know.
Well, it's even worse. Apparently, the landing was fantastic. Of the ship that the astronauts who were stuck in space should have been on, but didn't go on because they were like, we're not sure. That's got to suck for those two people up there to see that it landed perfectly. Like you hope it crashes.
It was an Apollo 13 landing. It wasn't like this is old school.
Yeah, I'm showing it to you there. They would have landed down in the Apollo 13 capsule that NASA and Boeing claim had plenty of oxygen. It's I probably like them would have taken the 10-month wait for the SpaceX shuttle to take me home.
Why couldn't the current SpaceX walk just scoop them up while they were up there?
Because they've already got business planned. They got to take billionaires up there, Wes, and they can only fit a certain amount of people on. So when they eventually do this in February, they're going up with less people on the way up.
Yeah, it's a logical explanation.
Yeah.
You
should have already got them.
You got to make money though. The billionaire.
I think they're going up 3 more times before too.
Yeah, no, because they
waved them.
Yeah. The billionaires just pumping. 100 minutes.
Just throwing cash into space.
Sorry, guys. Next shuttle. This one's full.
Who are those folks?
It's so roomy up here.
They're eating the MRE.
So Boeing is just sitting there watching this like a bunch of schlubs, right? And then like their thing doesn't explode. They claim it was perfect, even though nobody believes them. But on top of that, as we tape this podcast, the members of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers are voting Thursday night on a new contract that would give them 25% wage hikes and better health care and retirement benefits. The union, that's a union that works for Boeing, represents about 33,000 Boeing employees. They've sought some raises of 40%. So the workers aren't exactly happy with the deal that's on the table necessarily. New CEO of Boeing, or I don't know, the CEO of the association, Kelly Ortberg, asked workers, quote, not to sacrifice the opportunity to secure our future together because of the frustrations of the past. The voting ends at 6 p.m. Pacific Thursday night. And if the deal is rejected by the workers, the work stoppage would begin after midnight Thursday, aka potentially before you're even listening to this podcast, this Friday episode. So Boeing, the Johnson & Johnson of the skies, just at it again. You know,
hits keep coming. I mean, who's having a worse time, Boeing or Springfield, Ohio? It's a toss-up.
Yeah,
that's where they're based. Actually, it's the HQ.
I looked up. I was trying to see if they were headquartered there, but Arlington, Virginia.
Other bad flight news. One of the recent helicopter crashes in the military turned out to be an untrained F-35 pilot with 35 minutes of simulator experience.
That's not enough time.
No, big fuck up.
Simulator experience? Not even, okay.
Simulator only. Yeah. And finally, some space and flight news everyone can enjoy. The sun just fired off another X-class solar flare. One of these things looks really cool. when they take the pictures of it, which means that the unseasonal auroras across the United States may be back this weekend. So it could fuck up your radio signal. Like your favorite station might not come in as hot, but it's worth it to potentially see the aurora borealis all over the USA again. Probably the coolest thing of this year so far, I think.
Has anyone got to see that before?
Yeah, I flew during it. It was awesome. Whoa. I was just staring at it from the plane. It was cool.
That's cool.
And it looked exactly like this. It's like pink. It was like all pink across the top of the sky, like bright green under. It was badass.
That's cool. That's on my bucket list.
Well, you could potentially just go outside this weekend and do it.
I don't think Austin's gonna get it. I don't think it's gonna come down.
It was like everywhere last time.
My sister.
Yeah, it was everywhere, like just north of Austin. We got the solar eclipse. I can't complain too much, but I don't think we're getting that anytime soon. It was most of the U.S.
It was heavy at Lake Tahoe. It was sweet.
Nice. All right, let's talk about Italians. Okay. Unless there's anything more. You got anything more, Space? Will?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. We all know from working on this show that Italians are passionate people. Sometimes their emotions get the better of them. They might lash out at the people they love the most or that rely on. Right, Mark Borghi?
Yeah, you referring to me? Wait a minute. Hey. I resemble that. Wait a minute.
Well, as the Guardian article by Lorenzo Tondo explains, that same passion is what is causing doctors and nurses unions in Italy call for authorities to consider bringing the army into hospitals in response to an increase in attacks by patients and their relatives that has provoked outrage across the country. So this is national news in Italy. Doctors and nurses are getting beat up by patients and their families, which is crazy.
For like,
maybe they gotta fix my family member before I beat you to death.
For letting them die, or if they die on their watch, or
it's all of that. That's one of the big ones. So in this video, I'm going to show you.
You're about to go meet up with my buddy because I'm going to beat you to death.
As you can see in this video, they're barricading themselves into an office at the Policlinico Hospital in Foggia in the southern region of Pegula after about 50 relatives of a 23-year-old woman who died after an emergency operation failed, and then the relatives turned on staff. One surgeon was injured especially badly. He got punched several times in the face before making it into the room, as you saw blood spattered on the floor, and
there's a couple of spots.
Female doctors suffered a fractured hand. The woman's name was not released, but doctors can be heard saying, il temuto Borghi, no apre la porta o siamo tutti morti, which means it's the dreaded Borghis. Don't open the door or we're all dead.
There are a lot of Borghis over there.
Yeah.
A girl I went to high school with went on a trip in college, or I guess high school and college with, and she told me that she stumbled upon like just a shitload of storefronts with my name on it in central Italy. It's not like the most common Italian name, but it's fairly common.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, probably from a certain region. Yeah.
So there's been a ton of attacks. 2 days after that one, an 18-year-old patient kicked and punched 3 emergency room nurses. Then on Tuesday in Puglia, a patient assaulted a doctor at the Francesco Ferrari Hospital. That attack said that the man was to undergo cytoscopy procedure, basically where they put something in his penis. And the urology. Yeah, and he became.
That's like, okay, take that one off the list.
Yeah, you're allowed to get angry if they mess up.
Take that one off the list. When they put a fucking tube inside your dick, like you might hit somebody involuntarily.
That has nothing to do with Italians.
You're not going to mess up my penis, are you?
Yeah, but Italians do love their penises probably more than some.
Who doesn't?
Right, damn right they do.
Well, I mean, everybody loves them, but I mean, the Italians, they
big fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Rocco.
Again, attack after attack. One in Naples where health workers said that patients and their families turned on emergency room doctors who were asked to wait their turn. And in August, a relative.
That's what I was thinking. Like I was thinking more like along the deaths. I didn't think about. I was thinking more like you're in the waiting room too long and they're getting pissed off.
Yeah. So basically, it's like an insane
bad service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Exactly.
So basically, what's happening is this uptick. Basically, after COVID, Italy is running out of doctors. One reason they put a salary
keep
cap.
killing them.
They put a salary cap on doctors' wages. So they're like, we don't make as much money as we should as doctors. We're going to go to another country and work.
Yeah, I hear America poaches a lot of people when they do that, right? Like,
yeah,
a lot of the doctors will just come over here. Like,
I'm glad they tried that out. I mean, like, you know, our healthcare system's fucked. It's not the doctors, it's the medical providers and the, you know, the big pharma motherfuckers who jack it up. But you think about that sometimes, like, you know, hey, I'm hurt. Can you fix me? Oh, this guy has to make $400,000 a year, so maybe not.
From the article, it sounds like they have a pretty free healthcare system over there because one of the president of the Italian Federation of Medical Scientific Societies, this guy named Loreto Guesalaudo, he proposed, because there's been 16,000 verbal and physical attacks in 2023 alone. He suggested that if anyone assaults a healthcare worker or damage their facilities, that they would have a 3-year suspension on receiving free medical care. So
that'll calm them down.
Yeah, that was his. Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's like a swear jar.
Yeah. The director of the hospital where they had to barricade themselves in the room, the Giuseppe Pasqualone, I think that's him in the middle, said that if we continue down this path, there's a real risk of having to shut down the emergency department due to the dwindling number of doctors, nurses, and health workers. Should the emergency department close, the closure of other departments could follow. We ask the patients and their families to be patient and consider that our doctors and nurses are operating under immense stress caused by the widespread shortage of medical professionals in our hospital. So if they keep going,
shortage of every profession over there, the gondoliers, the fucking doctors, they got nobody. What's going on with Italy? Are all the young Italians moving out? I don't understand. Are they just not having kids? What's happening over there?
I don't know. COVID really fucked them up, and they lost a lot of doctors, and they're all moving. So the long wait times.
They're gonna have to start saying, "Your grandmother is totally fine. You can go home and get some rest," and then call them from at the hotel and be like, "She died. She died earlier today.
She died." Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
What county are you in?
She's been so dead for a while.
Yeah. So again, they're dropping the wages of doctors. They're under stress because there's not enough of them, and now patients are just beating the shit out of them because they're tired of waiting so long for help.
That's tough. So I'd move to somewhere else too.
Yeah. So
it's like states with abortion bans. Same thing. Doctors are leaving.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So yeah. We get it, Italians. You love your families, but you know, Jesus.
They sure do. I'm gonna beat her back to life. Yeah. Take it out on you. All right. Fair warning on this last story of the week. If you're eating, or you just ate, or you're thinking about eating shortly, you might want to skip this one. Also, if you're a man, men might want to skip this one. But look, when I see a headline that says man gets first ever case of food poisoning of the penis after having vigorous sex with his wife, I can't lay off.
He was eating that thing.
You know what I mean?
Really?
What did he do?
It's like the high heat. I'm swinging at it. You know?
He got poisoned from her vagina?
Kind of more him because he's disgusting.
Right, don't blame it on the lady. Well,
no, you'll hear. It was kind of both of them. They're both disgusting. And he's disgusting. A 38-year-old man from Beirut, Lebanon, who was not named for obvious reasons, but who everyone in Beirut knows for sure now, was hospitalized recently, suffering from redness, swelling, and scabbing on his penis for the better part of a week. He was like Pat right after discovering masturbation.
Pushed it to the limit.
Yeah.
It's God's way of letting you know you're done for the week.
Yeah.
You're on the DL.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's always tomorrow. Give it a rest. He also had severe diarrhea and was throwing up constantly, which is the signs of food poisoning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this poor bastard with the ruined penis, the diarrhea, and the vomiting limps into the American University of Beirut Medical Center and was like, you gotta help me out. I'm not doing so hot.
Okay. Yeah.
Got some issues with the penis and the diarrhea and the vomiting. It's a mess. Someone please help me out.
Was his penis vomiting?
I mean, no. Wasn't. What's wrong with me? Oh, I got a few things wrong with me.
He just whips it out. He's like, look at this.
It won't stop throwing up.
I was like, this guy's in bad shape. So the doctor swab his penis while cringing, trying not to look at it, but not being able to look away at the same time. And they run some tests, and they are shocked to find out that the poor bastard had Bacillus cereus bacteria in his dong. And that bacteria, of course, is the same bacteria found in rice that's been out left too long. Can really mess you up. But usually, in fact, never until now has it been recorded to have been found in a wiener.
He fucked a bowl of rice?
So no, he ate some bad rice, ate his wife out, and then fucked her probably.
Yeah, I mean, all of your theories could be correct. The doctors had a hard time trying to figure it out, but they did come to somewhat of a conclusion after talking to him and finding out that he wouldn't stop slamming his wife throughout his food poisoning bout. And they claim that all the diarrhea and vomiting got, around the genitals of both of them. And then he was banging her too much. So his blood vessels in his shaft came into contact with the bacteria from his diarrhea stains all over her. And
he's eating her out with a mouthful of bad rice.
Yeah, it was all the above. It was oral sex. He was just putting his wiener all over the bacteria.
Or maybe she ate the bad rice and then blew him.
Yeah, but wouldn't she have the fucking infection?
No, because he has the diarrhea. So he was getting naked with kind of a gross rear.
Yeah, what happened, Mark? Exactly. Do you think?
I think he had sex with her, and his diarrhea got around both of their genitals, and then his penis got around the bacteria that was coming out of his butt. Is what I think.
So he shit on his own dick.
Kind of, not directly, but yes. I mean, he was just spreading his bacteria all over the bedroom. Wiper. Yeah.
He could have had a rager of a hard on and looked down and was like, I'm out a good dick day, and then got carried away and said, I wonder, is it big enough for me to fuck myself in the butt?
Or he did like a fruit basket or like the mangina. He was doing the mangina and he got it too close to his, taint area.
Yeah.
Call that the high lie.
Look at me, honey. Look at me. Where did my dong go?
Be right in, just finishing this bowl of rice.
I have a vagina like you.
Yeah, now I have a vagina. It burns. So he was like a pig in a trough of slop, basically.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well for him. It was treated the same way you treat an eye infection. And after one really tough month, the pain and swelling went away. And now he's going down.
Needed some basic medicines and to not be disgusting.
Some fluid stuff you treat like for eye infections, like some sort of acid fluid, acidious fluid.
A little cleaner, real quick.
Yeah. And now he's going down in history because you better believe those mother effers published the shit out of this case. They couldn't wait to publish it. The only thing slowing them down was the fits of giggling while they were printing it up. The study was published by the Annals of Medicine and Surgery, which is one letter away from the Annals of Medicine and Surgery. And the authors got a hero's welcome when that issue came out. It was like that scene in Oppenheimer after the successful nuclear test. All the peers met them with standing ovation. Half of them are reading the issue and laughing.
It's that's one of the funniest scientific articles of all time. So did it give any update on the relationship status? I'd imagine the woman's left him.
No, he has it gives a ton of information. He has a kid, 2 kids.
It's a marriage.
Yeah, he has 2 kids. It's his wife. They talk. I really think you should read the publication. I'm going to put the link in the in the show notes, the show description, because it's a good study. Here's one sentence that might be the best sentence in the history of any publication. They said, quote, "In this current case, it is plausible that the diarrhea and vomitus, which contaminated the penis post-intercourse, is likely the source of the skin infection." That's the type of stuff you're getting in this publication. And we can post a link, but they really give it to this guy in the study. They talk about how he smokes half a pack a day, which is completely irrelevant. They talk about how fully circumcised he was, which didn't help out at all in this whole ordeal. It's just full of good stuff.
So his family, though, I mean,
breakdown of his cock.
Yeah. His eating habits, his smoking habits, like his work habits, how much pain he was in, the swelling.
He's going to be found out.
Yeah. They got him good. They didn't say his name, though.
Somebody's going to identify this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have a sore dong for a month and no one knows about it.
Yeah, somebody knows about this. Yeah. It's going to get around who this person is.
It's probably the guy at work that was moaning for a month at the urinal.
Guy at the supermarket asking for old rice all the time.
Yeah, dude. If you're his family, you just got to be on pins and needles.
Drives my wife crazy. She loves this stuff.
Yeah, we like to let it sit out. Then we eat it the next day.
That's some more old rice, baby.
Yeah.
He's eating it as he comes into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta carb up. It's gonna be amazing. He's okay though. He's okay.
They just gave me this.
Eating it, farting.
Yeah. It's kind of like you're not supposed to go in the pool when you have diarrhea. Don't go in the vaginal pool either. If you got food poisoning, just give it a rest.
Yeah. Wow. I gotta admire his love of sex though, because I mean he didn't give up. He just kept going.
He's a stud.
He's selfish, is what he is.
Yeah,
he is. I mean, you gotta put some limits on it.
He's got no self-control.
None whatsoever.
You feeling okay, honey? Shut up. Let's do this.
What's the worst that could happen?
Looks like a ghost.
You are my wife.
Holding and throw up and shit. Well, anyways, that's the show for the week. We love y'all. Have a great fucking weekend. We'll talk to you soon.